All right, so we're on to day 2 of our word problem. So it's going to be a little bit different today, but we have to just focus on what the word problem is telling us. So let's read the word problem, and then we'll do our whole part. So it says, Miguel sees 3 birds in the morning. He sees some birds at night. Miguel saw 12 birds in all. How many birds did Miguel see at night? So let's start our setting up our whole part. All right, so when I'm thinking about the problem, I notice that Miguel sees some birds in the morning and the night. So that's 2 different times that he's seeing birds, but we only know of the birds in the morning. But we do know from our word problem that in all he sees 12. So that in all must be when we're putting our morning and our night together to get our in all. So our in all number, which says 12 birds in all, is actually our whole number. So our whole number this time. It says Miguel sees 3 birds in the morning. So I'm going to put that down for part of that whole number, 3. But we don't know how many he sees at night. We don't know how many at night. So if I want to, I can always label these on the side in all, day, and night. All right, so now I need to figure out how many birds Miguel sees at night. So this looks very similar to yesterday's, or day 1, where we're taking our whole number. We have to then take away our day, our part number, to figure out how many are for the night or the other part. So the way we're going to set up our equation, once again taking that whole number, minusing the part number, so 12 minus 3. So do that now. And you should get 9. But that's not the answer yet. It's Miguel sees 9 birds at night. So we're completing our sentence. All right, so we're going to do some more problems like this today. So remember, we're going to read the problem together. We'll pause the video. You'll pause the video. You'll complete it, and then I'll walk you through it afterwards to double check your answer. So let's begin. So let's read together. Desiree sees 7 dogs at the park. She sees some dogs at the school. Desiree saw 15 dogs in all. How many dogs did Desiree see at the school? So pause the video, set up your whole part, and then write the equation and solve. Go. All right, so we should be completed. I'm just going to go through and review. So I'm going to set up my whole part. I'm going to label the sides just to help me out. So I see in all here, so I'm going to put in all is usually the larger number. And then we want to break it into park and school. So I notice those are 2 places that we see the dogs. We see the dogs at the park, and we see the dogs at the school. And then that in all, we want to put those numbers together. So at the park, I noticed that Desiree sees 7 dogs. So under the park one, I'm going to put 7. We do not know how many at the school. It says some dogs. So I'm going to put a question mark. And then in all, Desiree saw 15 dogs in all. Now that I've filled in all of my boxes, I can begin. So once again, we see that whole number and then the part. And we know if we get the whole and we want to find the missing part, we have to do what? We have to subtract from the whole. We have to go whole, take away the part to find our other part. So 15 minus 7. So solve that now. And our answer is 8. Desiree saw 8 dogs at the school. So we're just making it a complete sentence. All right, so let's read the next one together, and then let's pause the video and you can do the work and come back and we'll check it. So let's begin. Eliana sees 5 red balloons. She sees some blue balloons. Eliana saw 20 balloons in all. How many blue balloons did Eliana see? All right, pause the video and solve that now. Go. All right, so as I'm doing with all my other problems, I'm setting up my whole part. And then I'm going to look at that problem again. It says Eliana sees 5 red balloons. She sees some blue balloons. So this kind of helps me, red and blue. So I already know she sees 2 different types of balloons. So I'm going to label that. Red, blue. And then she sees some blue balloons. Eliana saw 20 balloons in all. That's that in all one. So I'm going to put my in all at the top. That means that they were put together. We know if we take our 2 parts and we put them together, that's our in all number. So now that I've labeled, I'm going to fill those numbers in. So I know my red, I have 5. And my blue, not sure. It says some. So I'm going to put a question mark. And then I'm going to my in all, and it says Eliana saw 20 balloons in all. Notice that we have now read the word problem several times. It's very important to go back and keep reading it so that we don't miss any information. Now it says, how many blue balloons did Eliana see? Well, we have it all set up now that we can see our numbers. So I know I'm going to take my 20 balloons. I'm going to take away those 5 to figure out the rest that are blue. So 20 minus 5. Do that. If you have not done that, do that now. Go. All right, 20 minus 5 is 15. Now we can't stop there. It's Eliana saw 15 blue balloons. Period. All right, let's move to our next word problem. So let's read it together, and then you will pause it and complete it. So it says, Nathan has 10 yellow trucks. He has some green trucks. Nathan has 17 trucks in all. How many green trucks does Nathan have? All right, pause the video and do that now. Go. All right, so first step I'm going to do is create my whole part model. I'm going to look at my word problem again. Nathan has 10 yellow trucks. He has some green trucks. Noticing 2 different types of trucks, yellow and green. Nathan has 17 trucks in all. How many green trucks does Nathan have? So I'm going back up. Once again, I'm reading it now a 3rd time. Nathan has 10 yellow trucks. So under my yellow category, I'm going to put a 10. And he has some green trucks, but it doesn't tell me how much, so I have to put a question mark. Nathan has 17 trucks in all. So in my in all spot, I know I have to put 17. All right, so from using this, now I have an idea of how I'm going to start my equation. So 17 minus 10. So if you have not done that yet, solve that now. Go. All right, so we have 7. 17 minus 10 equals 7, but we're not done. Nathan has 7 green trucks. And our period. All right, that is all for today's word problems. See you back tomorrow.